The G7 summit in Hiroshima, Japan. Where better for my home country, the U.S., to get together with some other nations and talk about how important it is to create a Cold War with China than the location where the U.S. killed 100,000 people, over 100,000 people, dropping a bomb.
Exploding 1,500 feet above the target, leaving no crater.
That totally didn't need to be dropped. I suppose it fits with the ongoing theme of U.S. foreign policy, drastic and always unnecessary. The G7, of course, consists of Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the UK, and the US. Although that sounds like a formidable list of countries, let's think about it for a minute. If you take the US out of the equation, the other 6 countries' GDPs barely add up to the same as China's alone. I mean, Canada and Italy each have a gross domestic product of only $2 trillion. That's what Jeff Bezos spends on a nice steak dinner. Point being, the G7 is not really a group of 7 important countries. It's the US and 6 vassal states asking if they can shine America's shoes. The 3rd largest economy of the group is Germany, a country the US recently attacked by blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline. I know they claim they didn't do it, but Charles Manson said the same thing. But on top of that, the US, my beloved home country, is not exactly seeing good times right now. 64% of Americans say they have trouble affording basic necessities. Most of our cities have tap water filled with lead, arsenic, other toxic chemicals. Our president looks like an amateur taxidermy job gone awry. And we're one of the only developed countries where the life expectancy is going down. I'm not a scientist, but maybe the arsenic in the water is not helping that number. Then, as a final slap to the face of all of us, while average Americans suffer, the ruling class sends $100 billion to Ukraine. And apparently my government thinks the answer to our declining empire is to create unprecedented restrictions on Chinese trade. This is the classic redirect, is what this is. Americans are struggling because the richest people in our country have extracted all of the wealth and left us nothing, You can't even find a penny on the ground nowadays. And if you do, someone from the Biden administration will jump out of the bushes and grab it and go, we're sending this to Ukraine. Our inequality levels are beyond imagination, yet both Biden and Trump have responded in the same way, in the same exact way, by going, look, it's China. It's China. China did it. Well, what's that over there? It's China. It's China's fault. What's that in the sky? It's a balloon made by China. One of the main targets of U.S. anger is China's semiconductor and microchip production. This is because the U.S. knows microchips are in everything. There's microchips in our walls, our kitchen appliances, our Roombas, our weapons, our toys, both child and adult toys. We've quickly gotten to the point that the world doesn't function without these microchips. Here's an idea, though. Instead of the new Cold War against China, here's an idea. Just spitballing, just throwing stuff out there. What if, instead of trying to go at each other's throats, we tried working together? Ha! What? I know it's crazy. I know. It just came to me. I know it's crazy. But just about everything positive ever done in this world is done with cooperation. Point is, if the U.S. ruling class were to behave like adults, we would all want to cooperate and work together to create a technologically advanced world that benefits all of us. We could use our technology to save the environment and defend the planet that is our only home. But instead, the U.S. is focused on great power competition, trying to maintain hegemony and exploitation, even at the cost of the future of humanity. But what do I know? I'm just the most censored comedian in America. Hey, maybe they wouldn't censor me if I stopped using that one dangerous word so much: cooperation.